Hey everybody, welcome to, Storm Talk this time around. Been a while, so we got a chance to use this one. Several things to talk about, especially as we head into this weekend. Kind of a dark, dreary looking day out there. We got some low clouds and some off and on drizzle. We did have silver night. I'll show you the radar in case you did miss it. Didn't miss it too much, hopefully, but there was some accumulation on grassy areas in the cars this morning. Even when I woke up this morning and had some snow, the wipers took care of that with one swipe, though. It was a very, very wet snow. 36 now, 32 to Salem. When you look at the satellite image, notice that the cloud cover, the visible image is detecting the lower clouds at the last second. It looks like we're clear here in Louisville. And then when the sun comes up, it actually reveals a other layer that the infrared did not pick up. So it's kind of a cool shot there showing how we still got some clouds to deal with. Now, far south, looks like you were getting some sun breaks. Let me go back, though, in time. Here's the radar around midnight or so, and we had this band of wet snow pass through the area mixed in with rain. Again, it did accumulate here in Louisville. Now, in Jefferson County, officially for Louisville, it's only a trace, but some areas within Jefferson County, a few tenths of an inch. Lexington set a record 8/10 of an inch of snow. A wider view shows our next system that is going to dive in. This one's going to go way to the south, though. It's going to dive way down to the Gulf Coast area. It may try, as it moves through, to have a little open wave trough in the northern fringe of that. It could provide for maybe a sprinkle or something later on today, but really I don't think it's that big of an ordeal. It should be fading, in fact, as it moves in that direction. Our biggest issue then, focus on the weekend. We got a lot of warm air coming. We'll be in the 60s, it looks like, starting Wednesday, 70s, then 80s. Strong flow out of the south. The thing is, as this front approaches Saturday into Sunday, signs here of the front itself and the low, notice it begins to slow down. We're just still dealing with showers and thunderstorms, and here we are into Sunday, and it just now is getting to I-75. So a quick approach, and then it slows down. When it comes to severe weather, when you have anything that's doing that quick approach, that is your worry for severe weather. That looks to be mainly west of our area. Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, portions of Tennessee, perhaps even Iowa, in that zone where the front's accelerating through, that you got a forward motion going on, you're going to have the potential for some damage and thunderstorms. For us, with the front slowing down, it may end up being a repeating factor of heavy rain, because if it does slow down, they're going to get one wave of rain band after another going straight up the front. Now, granted, we tend to do a little better in avoiding flooding scenarios with this more than we do when the training effect is a little more like that, more east-west. When we have training effects like that, we run into bigger problems, it seems like, in the Ohio Valley. So this one is not as alarming as other events we've had, but it is showing the potential for some rainfall. And yes, even some snow on the backside of that, which I wouldn't rule out once we try to get colder toward the end of the system. Why is it stopping? Well, that's a good question. That's something we're going to look closer at here in just a second. First off, the CFS Severe Weather Dashboard, I love this. It's been picking up on this outbreak of severe weather across the plains for several days now. And notice it's focusing mainly across Missouri, down into Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, perhaps even southern areas of Illinois. But that is the zone that it's really aiming toward, and I think that's a good spot for the main core of the severe weather to take place with this system. All right, and whether or not it impacts east of that, for us, it just depends on how progressive it trends. Right now, it doesn't look too progressive because of a blocking pattern. Here it is on Friday. There's a low digging in. Got that good south-southwest flow. Here we go as we head into Saturday. Again, the low is there. It's starting to occlude a bit, but here comes that high starting to show up now across the Atlantic. So now the low wants to go east, but it cannot. It's going to have no choice but to go up. And when that happens, everything just kind of stalls out. Puts the brakes on. Again, your severe weather can get reduced, but your heavy rain threat will begin to pick up. Even as we head into finally Sunday, Monday, the blocking's still there, but not overly strong. But the low itself just kind of struggles for a while to get through the Ohio Valley, and we do get colder aloft as that happens. So that's why there could be some frozen precip with that before it tries to wrap up. But here's the important part of this. With this kind of a blocking pattern, these systems go up and sometimes curl back around again, which means the next one is going to do the same thing. It's going to be forced in from the west and dive right in the same spot. And sure enough, as we head into next week, here comes that system diving in, and then as we head toward Thunder with Louisville, we have another low moving in that is going to be slow, if not stalled out in the area. Now, it's a warmer setup for us, warm in general. I think 60s are likely, but the question will then be the ceiling, and do we have rain, or is it stall out more to the west, and we get the whole weekend in and get Thunder in just fine? Can't answer those questions yet, but it is a very complex setup developing as we hit the next couple of weeks, and it really all starts this weekend. How does that evolve? Once we nail that down, we'll be able to have a better handle on Thunder, but at least at this point, I don't see any snowstorms or anything like that crazy coming our way. I think we're all done with that. All right, that's it for now, guys. We'll see how it looks coming up tomorrow.